Hey guys, it's Jedd here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, it's such a pleasure to join you. Today we're going to deal with some common fraction questions, and specifically we're going to deal with subtracting one fraction from another. Now, to add a little bit of difficulty into this question, the examiner has thrown in a mixed number in the question, and they've also asked us to write the answer as a mixed number. So let's get straight into this. The first thing we always need to do is we need to get rid of anything that looks a little strange. So this mixed number is very difficult to work with. So we need to convert that into an improper fraction. How would we do that? Well, we'd take this 3, we would times it by this 3, and then we would add the 2. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11, and we put that over the same denominator. And then we need to say minus 7 over 12. Right, guys, then we need to remember the most important rule when it comes to subtraction and addition of common fractions. The most important rule is that the denominator must be the same before you do any addition and subtraction of common fractions. That is the most important rule. So we need to change this 3 or this 12 and this 12, okay, let's see, into the same denominator. And we need to find the lowest common denominator. How would we do that? It's a case of finding the lowest common multiple between the two, okay, between the two numbers. Remember how we do that? If we look for multiples of 3, we know that it would be 3, 6, 9, 12. That sort of rings a bell. Remember there's dot, dot, dot at the end. And then we've got our multiples of 12 would be 12. And we don't really need to go further because we see that we've got our lowest common multiple between the two. Now, you don't need to do that every single time. I'm just showing you so that you know exactly where this is coming from. What I do suggest is you tell your marker or your examiner that your lowest common denominator is equal to 12. I would always suggest that you write that out. Now we need to convert this. Remember, we don't need to do anything here, but we need to convert this side so that, you know, you've got a denominator of 12. So what I would do is I would draw a long line at the bottom. I would put 12 as our denominator. Now that the same denominator is so the denominator is the same for both fractions, that means we're able to extend the line. And now we need to figure out what we did to 3 to get to 12. Well, we times 3 by 4. And because we times the bottom by 4, we need to do the same to the top. The minute we do that, we're essentially timesing by 1 and nothing is changing. So 11 times 4 gives us 44 minus 7. The 7 stays the same. Why? Because we times the 12 by 1. So we would times the top by 1 and that would leave us with 7. And now the final little bit, guys, 44 minus 7, that will give us 37 over 12. Now, would we get the full marks? We would get most of the marks, but remember they've asked us to write our answer as a mixed number. So if we don't do that, we're going to lose out on that final mark. How would we do the conversion from the improper fraction to a mixed number? Well, we would look at how many times the 12 goes into our 37. And we know that the multiple of 12 that we're looking for there is 36. And 12 goes into 36 3 times. So your full number, your whole number would be 3. And how many do you have left once you've put 12 into 37? So if it's 36, we know that there would be 1 left over at the top and your denominator stays the same. So your final answer as a mixed number would be 3 and 1/12. Very nicely done, guys. Hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully the next time you get something like this, you never get it wrong. Very special thank you to our sponsors for making this video possible. Read up more about them in the description below. If you're keen for more videos like this, remember to visit our website. If we haven't answered your question yet, remember you can send us that question and we will respond with a personalized video just for you. Until the next time, guys, stay epic.